Welcome to Retrobus. Have you ever bought a fake copy motherboard? Neither have I, until now. You know, I started this video just like any other. I just want to create a Windows 98 ME system based on the Pentium 4. But after lots of frustration, hardware incompatibility issues, and just general madness, I finally realized what I was working with. This is a fake Chinese copy motherboard. Yep. And you know what? Even this AGP port is fake. A fake AGP port. Who would have thought? So stick around and join me on a journey of the dark arts of fake computer hardware. So I picked this thing up on Facebook Marketplace. It was cheap and cheerful, you know, had an Intel chipset, Pentium 4 2.8 gigahertz. What could go wrong? But you know what followed? Is the insane journey this thing sent me on trying to actually make it work. It was drama, non-stop. So if you want to see some serious frustration, watch the rest of this video. All right, so here we are, got some RAM in there. Let's try and get this thing up and running. Go and try this video card. So this is an ATI Radeon 9550. Similar era. This CPU was from a motherboard with sort of 2002 era, 2003, and this is from 2003. So, you know, I like to try and keep it period correct. Let's see how we go. Let's fire it up. Doesn't like that video card, I think. Let's have a look. Let's try a different one. I'm not getting any error beeps or anything, so all right, let's try this card. This is a Quadro 2 MXR, so a little bit older card, but you know what? Let's see how we go with this one. Fans are spinning. Let's have a look. Oh, excellent. This one is giving us a signal, which is good. Pentium 4 at 2.8 gigahertz. Yeah, look, you know, it's all working, which is good. But I'm just going to try and find a video card that's a bit more, you know, closer to this CPU and motherboard. MX is working. I'm going to give this one a crack. Look at this. This is a beautiful video card. I love this thing. This is a GeForce 4 MX400. Let's see how I go with this. All right, we're moving up. Moving up. This is a GeForce MX440 by Winfast. They used to make some great cards. AGP 8 times. Let's see. Card doesn't sound the best. Let's see if it's going to give us a signal. Yeah, no, it's not going to give us a signal. Oh, I wonder if it is the AGP speed. That's what I'm wondering now, because both the ATI and this one are AGP 8X. So, my God, this motherboard is picky as. It's GeForce 4 MX460. Come on, let's see if this one's going to work. Let's see how we go with this card. Wow, trying to get something to work with this motherboard is been quite an adventure. All right, buddy, don't let me down. Fans are spinning. Can we get a signal? Yes, we can. Oh, yes. All right, you know what? I think I'm going to continue with this card for the rest of the video and just go with that. That's good enough. Wow. You know what? Since we're going a 9X system, we can't go without an awesome Sound Blaster Live. Let's get this guy in there as well. Okay, Millennium Edition. Here we come. Okay, we're having fun and games already. I just installed the NVIDIA display drivers and look what it's telling me. Can't find the display adapter. Oh, it's just giving me issues. It's just giving me this every time. Look at this. I restart. I don't know what's happening. I might uninstall the driver. Try maybe an older version. Don't know. Okay, so I've got a bit of a predicament. Won't boot into the OS. It just goes into sort of an out of range black screen when it goes into, you know, what would be Windows ME. So that display driver is just not working. Oh my God, you know, it won't even let me remove it. Look, NVIDIA display driver, remove. No, you cannot. I hope I do not have to reinstall Windows ME all over again. This is terrible. Windows ME is crashed on the startup screen. Great. Oh man, this motherboard. Still Windows ME. Again. No, I'm having some issues with this Sound Blaster. It's just not getting detected. I've installed the Creative Diagnostics. Let's see how we go. Let's start some tests. Hardware, fail. Not looking good. Okay, it's not seeing it at all. Don't know what's going on. Two things I'm going to try is probably try a different driver, and we'll go into the BIOS and see if there's, you know, some sort of IRQ conflict or something. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so I've downloaded the ISO image for the Sound Blaster Live card and I'm going to try those drivers. See how we go. Could not detect any Sound Blaster hardware on your system. Let's go to the BIOS. This is onboard sound. What I'll try and do is disable that. I thought I had it disabled, damn it, but apparently it wasn't. So I'll disable the AC97 audio. All right, the fun never stops. It's still not being found in Device Manager, but you know what? I'm gonna give it a crack anyway. Oh my God. So I've never seen this in my life. Returning to Windows. I just rebooted it after installing those drivers for the Sound Blaster Live, and this is what I've gotten. Okay, Been waiting about 15 minutes. This ain't gonna start. I think this is crashed out. It's just doing this every time I start it up. So I don't know. I'm gonna try and go to safe mode or something, or I'm gonna start again and reinstall the OS. And reinstall the OS I did. But you know, in the meantime, I did a bit of research about this motherboard, and boy, did I find out some info. Getting information on this motherboard was really hard, honestly, because there's barely any goddamn markings. So the only thing I could search for was blue motherboard, Prescott 533. Searching long and hard, many Google pages. Basically what this motherboard is a copy of the ASRock P4i45GV. Look at this. Look at that similarity. Yeah, but that's just the beginning. This thing has a fake AGP slot. Yep, fake motherboard with a fake AGP slot. My god. That AGP connector is connected to the PCI bus. Yeah, so AGP cards are PCI compatible. They have backward compatibility with PCI signaling, which is what this is relying on. Of course, it doesn't have nowhere near the speed of AGP, and also the voltages vary. So this is where I may have destroyed a card. So one of the warnings I found on the website for this motherboard says, please do not use 1.5 volt exclusive AGP cards. Yeah, guess what that Radeon 9550 was? I don't know if I've blown that card, I'm too scared to test it again. So AGP cards with only a rear notch are 1.5 volt exclusive. Looking on the retro web page for this motherboard, look at it. It's full of all sorts of warnings and caution. Where on earth this guy got this motherboard, I'll never know. But you know, it gets even crazier. When you go to the ASRock page, look at the details. It's the exact same warnings. So this ASRock did the same thing. They were cheating as well. They copied that horrible fake AGP bus from that ASRock. My god. So I'd never heard about this. Apparently fake Chinese motherboards were a thing. Even Asus had a guide on how to spot fake motherboards in case you bought a counterfeit. Look at this detailed guide on 8 ways to identify the counterfeit P2B motherboard. Okay, you know what? I need to get this video over the line. I'm going to take this sound card out, just try and use the onboard one. I want minimal complications. Just want this damn thing to work. The fun never stops. I'm having, you know, I've spent the last 3 hours setting this machine up, installing all the games, got everything ready to go. I'm like, perfect, let's get to some 3D gaming. And it looks like while the video card is running, it's not running properly. Something is just not right. As soon as I try to do anything in 3D, I just get stuck with a blank screen and it gets locked there. So all the games that I've installed, you know, let's just pick, even 3D Mark. So, you know, let's try and run 3D Mark. So here we are, 3D Mark, ready to go. Benchmark, please. And so it gets stuck. So it's doing it with every game. So I just, I don't know what to do. Just format and reinstall Windows ME again, or should I go Windows 98? Don't know. I'll go Windows 98 SC and see how I go with that. I mean, this is unbelievable. It's just been giving me an absolute nightmare the whole way through. Okay, let's start again. Format C, Windows 98. Let's see if it's due to the operating system. If this fails, I'm just gonna go Windows XP. Okay, I figured out what it is. So I got Windows 98. I had 3D Mark working. But then I said, oh, I forgot to install the chipset drivers. And as soon as I install those chipset drivers, that's it, I get that black screen. So yeah, that's what it was. So it wasn't Windows ME or Windows 98, it was those goddamn chipset drivers. And the reason is because I'm suspecting that stupid AGP port. It's a fake AGP port. And I think the drivers are, I don't know, thinking it's real or something, but yeah, it's definitely not working. I'm gonna reinstall Windows again because I don't know how to remove the chipset drivers. There's no uninstall option. All right, I'm gonna go into Everest and we're gonna investigate this AGP business. Here we go. So here's our video card. GeForce 4 MX 460, AGP version 2.0, AGP status, disabled. Yeah, so we're working at PCI speeds. Who the hell makes a fake AGP slot? Wow. How much more expensive can it be? I mean, what sort of a cost-cutting measure is this? This is in there. Okay, my God. We've gotten this far. Let's start it off with 3D Mark 2001, see how we go. All right, my God. That is a pretty crap score. You sort of, with this card, and especially this processor, which is pretty fast, you expect 8 to 9,000. So yeah, definitely being limited. Let's start easy. Quake 3 Arena. Surely it should be able to handle this. 1024, 768. detail high. Let's crank the texture detail to the max as well. Let's see how we go with a good old time demo. It's looking pretty good. Pretty good with these triple figures. What do we get? 104. I mean, this game was released in 1999 and this system is 2002. So these are the numbers we expect. Yeah, look, this is great. Very, very playable. This is beautiful. Very snappy. System is really responsive. I would expect nothing less. Yeah, look at this texture detail. Looks fantastic. I mean, we have cranked it to the max, so it does look good. Looking good. All right, quad damage. Would be nice to have some sound. All right, yeah, there you go. Quake 3 Arena runs beautifully, as it should. As it should. Damn it. Yeah. All right, let's try the next one. You know, we'll give it an easy start. So now we're going to move to games from 2002, the same era this video card and motherboard were created. So let's see what the experience would be like if you were misfortunate enough to buy this motherboard. Okay, 800 by 600, 32-bit. Let's see how we go. 50 frames. That's pretty good. So this is Battlefield 1942, and look at these frame rates. Not the best, not the worst. So yeah, it's definitely playable. Here we go, 40s, and the resolution is not high here. This is 800 by 600. Nothing to show all your friends how great your system is, but it is acceptable. You can play the game. Let's crank the resolution up. Let's go 1024x768. Come on. The textures, everything is just sharper. Oh wow! I think I just got hit by some artillery there. Oh man! You know what? The frame, it's crazy. Going up from 800 by 600 to 1024x768, it barely has a penalty. There you go. The GeForce MX460 is pulling its weight here, despite the system limitations. Can we green him? Oh yeah! What a shot! Look at that! I'm not sure how realistic the physics were. He went up 2-3 stories. All right, there we go. Battlefield 1942. Can play it. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. Let's see how we go. So yeah, released same year as the rest of the hardware, 2002. This one generally strained system, so it'll be interesting to see how we go. All right, so I've got 800 by 600, 32-bit. Let's see how we go. Okay, not bad, not bad. But it is a low resolution. Oh, it's not responsive though, I tell you. There's a bit of there's a massive input lag here. Here we go, got sideswiped. Oh my god. As soon as the other players' cars leave the screen, the frame rate instantly improves in this game. And you get this sort of performance. Here we go. Yeah, there's this weird stutteriness. It's really starting to suffer now. Look at the 20s. Yeah, oh wow. It's sort of, oh look at this, it's jumpy. It does this really weird, almost like a jump cut. I just jump like a couple of seconds ahead. I choose a direction and the car responds about half a second later. Whoa, oh man, T-boned the cop car. I'm doubting that AGP interface now. Is it sort of getting those jumps and stutters because it's just not getting enough data from that bus? Don't know. Well, look, it plays it, but it's not the best experience. I just couldn't be bothered with this whole sound driver business because it sent me mad last time. But I was trying to run Splinter Cell and it basically fails because it can't initialize the sound, which is fair enough. This is a game where sound is pretty important. So I think I'm going to have to try and plug that Sound Blaster Live back in and see if I can get this damn thing working. My God. Yep. There we go. This is the error message I get. Okay. Setup could not detect any Sound Blaster on your system. Setup will now exit. I knew it was not going to be that easy. Or maybe it is. Well, let's see. It's going to let me install it at least. Okay. Something's happening. All right. Yep. All right. Sound Blaster Live. Change slots. That's all you got to do. All right. Okay. I'm too scared to hope. Okay, I've got a bit of a sound icon here. Oh, the miracles never cease. Here it is. Okay. We can play Splinter Cell now. Yay! Okay, let's go. Splinter Cell. Come on, let's do this. Oh my god. Again. I have got a sound card. I have got a sound driver. Oh my god. It's working. You know what? No Splinter Cell. Okay, this is just not going to do it. Oh my god. Let's try Colin Mcrae Rally 3. Now this is not working. Oh my god. This game was working, but now I installed the sound card and now it's not working. Oh, Okay, this is ridiculous. Okay, I've taken out the sound card again. This is about the third, fourth time. In, out. I don't know. I'm going to try Colin Mcrae really now. This is ridiculous. Look, it's working again. So how on earth this sound card stopped the game from working? Only the gods know. I don't understand it. This is crazy. This motherboard, I'm going to assume it's some sort of conflict. All right, here we go. The Australian Outback. Look at this frame rate. Oh, it's locked at 60. Wow. All right, pretty good performance. You know, let me check. You know what? I'm going to check the resolution because I reckon this is pretty low. Looks freaking awesome though, I must say. Resolution at 640 by 480. That's why it was. All right, let's crank it up. Let's give it something respectable to work with. 1024, 768 at 32-bit. So Colin Mcrae released in 2002, same as the rest of the system. Instantly, our frame rate has dumped down to 30 frames per second. Looking pretty good though. Whoa, who the hell is parked their ute on the side of a rally track? Oh, it's pretty responsive. Feels good. I'm going to assume my V-Sync is not off because it seems to be stuck at 30. But, you know, runs it fine. Nice to see it doing something correctly. Not completely correctly, of course, because we don't have sound. Halo for PC released in 2003. Let's see how it goes. This was a system killer. Oh, it's got a lot of input lag, I tell you. It's going to be hard to aim. Oh, look at this. Yeah, look, the system just locks right up. Here we go. As it's loading a new section or new things happening, it just takes all the resources. Then it's going to take a massive hit down to the 20s. Here we go, 79. It's all over the place. Look at it. There, 80s. Down to 25, and then look, down to 1. Yes, this is Halo. The worst optimized PC game. Here we go. Okay, I have been given firearm. But you know what? Good luck trying to aim it with this input lag. What? It just freezes up right in the middle of a firefight. And now my mouse cursor has decided to show. Look at this. Yeah. Yep. Lock it up, buddy. There we go. And again. This is... Yeah, I don't know how much more of this I can take. This is pretty bad. Absolutely bogged down. I mean, this was a port, and ports are usually ported badly and very inefficiently anyway, so that doesn't help either. But here we are, Halo for PC. So there we are. I discovered a thing I didn't even know existed. So this was a Chinese unbranded copy of that ASRock motherboard, which itself was a piece of crap also. You know, they copied the crapness so accurately. This board was a masterclass in deception. Fake AGP slot, a chipset, and issues that just doesn't want to work with any other sound card. I couldn't even get the onboard sound working. I tried so many drivers. So tell me, what's the worst scam hardware that you bought? I'd love to hear about it in the comments. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It was quite an interesting one. If you want to support my channel, links are in the description. Thank you to all the guys that do. You're legends. Thank you again. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.